Today we are here at Imperial Royal Hotel with a number of civil society organizations and farmers and some members of parliament to discuss about the food safety in Uganda, and particularly under the Uganda Farmers Common Voice Platform, a forum for farmers that was instituted by Caritas Uganda. Caritas Uganda is the social services development arm of the Catholic Church in Uganda. And mainly our focus, which stems from John chapter 10 verse 10, which says, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full, is where we gain the mandate to do our work as Caritas, because when food is not safe, we should not eat it. If we eat it, then we shall not have life and we shall not have it in full. The Uganda Farmers Common Voice Platform was created 11 years ago with the focus of helping farmers to have a voice. Farming is a job and it must be treated as a job, both for food security, nutrition, and also for income. Unfortunately, in Uganda, farming has been not respected by the farmers themselves, by the traders and middlemen, but also by consumers of food, and yet all of us survive on food. So we are so challenged as a Caritas or as a church to see our food now not respected, and also to see that the farmers themselves are not respected. So when you go to the markets, when you go to the farms, actually, you will still find people using bad chemicals to kill pesticides on their crops. And these bad chemicals come through our channels, our markets, and they go to the farmers. Also, we find that when the farmers have harvested this food, they also don't take care of it very well. The dried food is dried on the roads on which we are supposed to be driving vehicles or motorcycles. In some places, motorcycles and pedestrians just drive on grain of maize and beans, and so without any remorse. And the fumes from the vehicles, the fumes and whatever is on the ground just comes onto the food, which we end up eating.
Let's look at standards, because people are not in this ecosystem. Still think standards is such a sophisticated thing, but it's just a document that provides requirements, even specifications or guidelines or characteristics that can be consistently used to ensure that the materials or products or processes or services are fit for that purpose. So it's basically some information to guide on what you need to do to produce a product, a service of a particular description. Isn't it? So we are not going to look for a standard into a scientific world. It's just as simple as that. The how to do. Isn't it? The standard will talk about the how to do. We need standards, and one of the justification is that they provide a common language to measure and evaluate performance. It's very difficult to compare between the practices of two people to know who is doing it right. Once we have one document that gives a prescription that has been tested, then it helps to standardize the processes.
We are suffering a lot in this country due to the problem, food safety issues, especially in regional trade. We have had a lot of interceptions. Even recently in South Sudan, we had our maize rejected due to food safety issues. Because food safety, for regional trade, our key issue for quality is food safety. And the region is a key destination for our exports. Because in the region, people may not so much bother on the color of the bean, of the color of the maize, but nobody is going to be ready to import and sell food and poison his country. You can see even a younger country like Sudan recently rejected our maize because it is protecting its population. Because if people are protecting the population, that means even likewise here in Uganda, we have a responsibility to protect ourselves from the problems of unsafe food. And I would like our people to understand that there is a relationship between the consumption of unsafe food and the prevalence of now some of these terrible diseases, like cancer of the liver, and many other cancers. There is a great relationship between consuming unsafe food and the prevalence of cancer.